So why is it such a struggle? Why is it taking so long to take off? Why is my life savings being depleted faster than planned? Why is it so hard? Why am I failing? You know, Thabo, there's a very interesting, peculiar area of science known as quantum physics, which has to do with the smallest, tiniest phenomena that make up our universe, like molecules, atoms, and subatomic components like electrons, photons, and neutrons. The way in these subatomic particles exist, move, and operate is fundamentally different to the laws and observations of classical physics, which throws our understanding of the physical world completely upside down. In classical physics, objects exist in a specific form, at a specific place, at a specific time. In quantum physics, however, particles exist in dual forms in a haze of probability where they have various chances of being in various places. When I look at the business world, I think innovations that lead organizations to adapt quickly and thus stay resilient in the wake of uncertain times come from viewing the world through the lens of the counterintuitive quantum physics, as opposed to the familiar, comfortable lens of classical physics. In this video, I'd like to share with you my case of the quantum physics of entrepreneurship and why whatever business idea you have right now, no matter how brilliant it may seem, it is wrong. And why it's important to think about your business idea in this way. You know, Thabo, this past year has been one of the most psychologically challenging years of my life, where I decided to take on the scary abyss of uncertainty. To know you want to do something more with your life is one thing, but to abandon what you know and are good at for something you have no idea how to do in pursuit of ideals that you feel are important is beyond all logic. Even though no one knows what you were going through and no one really sees your deepest internal struggles, you feel constant pressure, like the world is always watching you, ready to rub every one of your failures in your face. You then realize these are just your internal thoughts that you are subconsciously projecting as fear of failure. You feel like you are in a race against time and you have to do more than others and work harder than most. So you wake up at ungodly hours to try silence your screaming demons tormenting you with feelings of inadequacy by taking on copious amounts of hard work. Things don't happen as quick as you thought they would. Your endless hustle yields no results and you start questioning whether leaving a steady income with benefits for the seemingly impossible task was a sound decision. You keep banging your head on an idea that you thought was brilliant. Others in your circle also thought your idea was brilliant. You tested it on a few people in your target market and they supported your idea too. So why is it such a struggle? Why is it taking so long to take off? Why is my life savings being depleted faster than planned? Why is it so hard? Why am I failing? Uncertainty is deadly, Thabo. It is something you do not want to ignore or take lightly. I have seen uncertainty throw the smartest, most educated, wealthiest of leaders into a crippling panic and depression. Yet in a world where nothing is as it seems, where there is more to everything than meets the eye, we continue to assume our ideas are brilliant with a level of certainty that just doesn't make any sense because of the quantum mechanics at play beyond our myopic, classical mechanical view of the world. As painful, embarrassing, and humiliating as it has been, failure has humbled me to accept some very important notions of quantum physics. 1. Never assume, but always go deeper. You know, Thabo, one thing I've learned is that to become an entrepreneur is to become a lifelong scholar. And the way to learn about the depths of business is to forgo your shallow knowledge of them. We know that startups exist to provide solutions to problems, right? However, the answers are like subatomic particles. They are never finite in their form and exist in probabilities as opposed to fixed positions at fixed times. Inherent in solutions are uncertainties that no matter how brilliant you are, you have to be comfortable with the fact that everything is subject to change based on unknown probabilities. Viewing the world through the lens of uncertainty and inexact probabilities has enabled me to develop a teachable spirit about everything. I never assume I know my industry, my customers, or competitors. I'm always willing to learn. I'm always willing to go deeper. This is some profound stuff, Thabo. You know, another notion of quantum mechanics that is crucial to understand is what is known as wave-particle duality. This concept explains how every particle or quantum entity can be described as either a wave or a particle. In other words, light, which is considered electromagnetic waves, must also be thought as particle-like localized in packets of discrete energy. This is proved to be true for both matter and light, which exhibit behaviors of both waves and particles, depending upon the circumstances of the experiment. The science behind this is quite complex with in-depth mathematics that is beyond my purview to explain. However, what I learned from this is the importance of accepting that, like quantum entities, one business idea can exist in different forms. And because these forms exist in various probabilities as opposed to fixed positions in time, at any given time, your idea is both brilliant in one circumstance and a complete disaster in another. That's some very profound stuff. I think that's why it's dangerous to have a single view of an idea being brilliant no matter how long that idea has proved to be successful, right? Because inherent in all ideas is the probability to be a complete failure in a different set of circumstances. I think your role as an entrepreneur should shift from simply a generator and holder of ideas to also a master and creator of conducive circumstances. You know, the most innovative companies are companies who accept this duality and constantly create circumstances that stack the odds in their favor. Consider companies like Victorinox, 3M, Xerox, Colgate, Tiffany's, Avon, even Facebook, and a host of others who started off as very different ideas, but kept shifting with circumstances and innovating what they are today. So get this, Thabo. Not only are you right about your brilliant idea, but you are also wrong. It is holding on to this duality that will give you the foresight to build safety nets, have the teachable spirit to constantly be learning, and the humility to master different contexts that can either lead to failure or success. The little we know about quantum physics has led to the invention of things like computers, digital cameras, LED screens, lasers, and nuclear power plants. But we haven't even scratched the surface of all that is out there yet. And that is what makes this body of science intriguing and incredibly important. It is a body of science that must be approached with a humility to understand the more we discover how little we know about the universe, the more we will be open to learn about it. Richard Feynman, the Nobel Prize winner for his work on quantum electrodynamics, put it aptly when he said, "If you think you understand quantum physics, you don't understand quantum physics." And equally, to borrow from Feynman's assertion about physics, if you think you understand entrepreneurship, you don't understand entrepreneurship. We hope we have stretched your thinking and have brought you one step closer to both success and failure. Keep learning and keep watching. We promise you, it's going to be a movie.